Everybody, myself Dhairyan Upadhyay and you are watching Being You. So back on cricket, and today's the topic on cricket is the 30-20 international that took place between India and Bangladesh at Nagpur. And let us have a quick look at the scenario. Bangladesh won the toss, let it to bowl first, and India got 174 in the 20 overs. In reply, Bangladesh could only get 144. They were bowled out. They got to 144 and they were bowled out. And let us look at the scenario from analysis point of view. A bit of analysis point of view, not more of that than the bit of that. The pitch had a little bit of grass in it. It did allow the pacers to go for more. It didn't assist as pacers. It assisted a lot to spinners, and there was a dew around the corner in the second innings. And the dew was always also in the first innings. The ball was being rubbed by the bowlers. So Mr. rubbed the ball, the spinners rubbed the ball. So it is not so wet to be. So it cannot slip, but it slipped in the second innings. And I will straightly go to the Indian bowlers' point of view because I want to say from the bowlers' point of view. Look at that point of view before, and then I will go with the batsman's points that I have concluded and analyzed a bit. So straight away go to points. And the bowler's point of view, there is a big, huge plus that you can account for and have taken that. Deepak Chahar has got a wonderful spell there. He comes in the second game, he got 2 wickets in his Sumsakar on track, and then he comes in middle overs. He gets a fast, steady growing partnership broker. He gets the set batsman out, and then he comes and bowls one more over in he comes in ball the death, and then he in middle overs, and then he gets 1 wicket more last ball. He also gets 2 into in his final over. That was the final over of the match. To be bowl with such perfection in such execution right, and with such control on lines, and that's the view was that it was almost difficult to bowl at the time, but a way he is bowled related to the conditions that were, the spell becomes more and more important with that aspect. And he has created history not just by taking those figures, but he has also took the T20 international hat trick. He has become the first Indian to take an T20 international hat trick. So that's more exciting in that field. And then his spell finished with 6 for 7. It's just magnificent. And then I was stunned that Yuzvendra Chahal got 4 runs. I saw him going for runs in the first one and thought that he will come and more experienced as he is, come at, hard at Bangladesh and won't allow them to go for runs. Such is that they gone at him in the first two, but they were just picking him for fun. They were just going him for fun. I was stunned most about it. But when it came at the most at the final over of Yuzvendra Chahal, they were not going. The over was not going for so much runs. I think he showed, and he had the hint of sight that Mahmudullah was going to hit him for 6 around the ground, if not 6 for 4, of course. Then he threw the ball a little bit away, little bit more different pitching, different angle and different bit turn, and that allowed it to drift the ball a little bit and crack around the stumps. Perfect smart bowling thinking, perfect thinking by this really smart bowler that shows is an example of that. And there it was an important wicket because if Mahmudullah wouldn't have out, there were more runs coming there. Then Shivam Dubey, of course, the biggest stick there, and alongside Deepak Chahar, got most of the important wickets. He got Mushfiqur Rahim for naught. He was gone for 9 runs. The first over, a little bit of conversation with Rohit Sharma. He threw the ball cross seams, slow ball, Mushfiqur going for a single, the third man could just only get the inside edge onto the stumps. And there, there was Mehmet Mithun, number 4, he slow ball into the body, caught and bowled Mithun, and then came Mohammad Naeem and another over. Mohammad Naeem was just, can look at the stumps and then at the ball. It was just a beautiful Yorker, pretty well executed and perfectly executed there. And then the spell he finished with 334 for over in just. So he tried to selection, he's earned his selection, and that speaks of that. And Sundar also bowled really well. Khalil has been out of form in the both first two T20 internationals, but compared to that, to this, he was pretty good so far, being the concern of the T20 internationals. Sundar has been always good, so no doubt about him. And then if you look at betting cards of India, Rohit Sharma bowled, Shikhar Dhawan caught by, I think, didn't recognize the slower one. Then Shreyas was almost out. That counted. The catch was being caught. Might drop that. Pretty easy catch. Should have caught. Drop the match. And then in the last, but not the least, in the last phase also, Shivam Dubey was also dropped. But it didn't matter that the curse was almost done by, and hammering was almost done. The punishment was done by Shreyas Iyer. And Manish Pandey with a little cameo there. Also a bit, KL Rahul got a 50 years on his game form. That's a really good thing. But only those two who've been struggling so far were the Shikhar Dhawan right at top, who has been struggling with the recent 5 T20 internationals. And Pant with his sheer and intense pressure, will be more under scrutiny from now also. And I think the mental space, he needs to find somebody to talk to, because I don't think he's in good mental space. Someone like Dada or Yuvraj or Ravi Shastri or Virat or Rohit, someone has to talk to him to bring him in and bring him the power that of fearless cricket that he has. And if we just have a look at Bangladesh cricket and the play they played, only question that I have for them: why now Mushfiqur Rahim at number 4? He won your match in the first T20 international single-handedly, and why not him at number 4? Yes, he was dismissed very cheaply in the second T20 international, but why not him at number 4? You should have him at number 4. The experience was needed, and if he would have been around, Naeem would have been out. A similar kind of situation. If Dhoni would have been sent to number 5, the match would have been different at the World Cup semi-final. But that all experts thought. But similar kind of situation at there's some kind or some stage you can relate that similar kind of result too. But it didn't happen, and Bangladesh lost the match, and the partnership was going on. It was also the biggest mistake of Mohammad Mithun, that if he thought that he was going to hit it down the ground, and then he should have given the chance to. Now Naeem was going so well there. He broke the partnership, and then the biggest mistake number 1, biggest mistake number 2, to not send Mushfiqur Rahim in number 4. And then carried the plenty of mistakes, that cost us of wickets failing there, and there was no momentum for Bangladesh to get back into the track. For me, it was one of the biggest and best comebacks that I've seen, but also the nicest and correctest of the games. A very good game to watch for a cricket fan. And all I say is to say that in the end, yes, the sums up that India won it 2-1 the series, but also got the big huge pluses: Shreyas Iyer, Deepak Chahar, Shivam Dubey, Washington Sundar, and yes, KL Rahul has always been a plus. So that's it from this video. If you do like this video, please subscribe my YouTube channel Being You, hit the bell button, keep watching cricket, and keep watching Being You and keep having fun. Thank you.